So I tried to make a video of this and I made a complete mess of it. So I'm going to do it again and I'm going to keep things simple. So the story is that Harry Houdini was carrying an occult item to a professor in Arkham. He was on the train, and while the train stopped in Martin's Beach, the item was stolen from Harry Houdini, unbeknownst to him, but he later discovered the missing thing, and so as he's well known, he can't go around creating a stir, so he's asked two paranormal investigators to go and retrieve the item from Martin's Beach. So that's where Millicent O'Riordan and Patrick McQueen come in. I'm using When Darkness Comes because it uses an unusual poker dice system with certain things being worth certain target number points, even though it says victory points. So particular tasks will have a particular thing that needs to be rolled, and that's what they have to do. And you have these randomized tokens. I've chosen what tokens I want in which building, but I've mixed them up so we don't know where exactly each one is. I've not put many enemies in because I don't want to get horribly killed like I did in the last video, which I've since deleted. Right, so what they have to do here, they have to go into the museum and retrieve a scroll, which they need to use against the amulet to stop its terrible powers. So Patrick McQueen, hang on, actually let me check initiative. Can't see anything in the rules about which player goes first, so I'll send Patrick McQueen to pick this lock. It is a strength 1 lock. He has to roll his movement even though he's not actually moving, so, and he rolls a 6. When you roll a 6 on the fate die, you have to roll on the woohoo table. And he rolls a 4. Take one random ally from another player. Millicent doesn't have any allies, so that doesn't apply. So now he tries to pick the lock with his lockpick skill of 3. He just needs to get a value of 1. And that is a 6 high, which is worth 1. So he's able to unlock the door, and he can invite Millicent in here, which doesn't cost her any of her movement or actions. And now he can still move. But he's not, well, he can go here, but he can't flip that up until the next turn. Now Millicent has a speed of 3, she rolls her dice. She rolls a 1 on her fate die. She doesn't get any extra movement from this roll. So she rolls on the oh dear table. Take 1 damage or your movement till healed by another player. Take 1 damage / your movement till healed by another player. Take 1 damage, I guess. Okay, she's got 1 less health point. She's got 3 health, and that affects her defense as well and her movement. So I guess she gets some movement anyway. Because of that, this might be an enemy, so she's not going to do anything with it. She will just stay there and see what happens. Now Patrick McQueen is going to look at this token. He rolls his speed. He doesn't get anything useful or bad. He flips this up and it is an enemy, so I was right not to get Millicent involved quite yet. Now combat begins immediately. I'm going to try and remember that there are 3 rounds. You fight 3 rounds when you have a combat in your turn. And that's what he's going to do now. Their enemy initiative is 1 pair. Now he can draw Millicent in to assist. The combat rules are a little unclear, but I assume that players assist in the same way that they would with any other action, as well as being able to take damage away from the main protagonist. But Millicent's not going to do that because she's wounded anyway. So his initiative is 2, which is really bad. He's unlikely to roll a pair, which he doesn't, so he has to fight second. So the zombie attacks first. Now Patrick McQueen's defense is 4. He needs 3 straight. And he gets 3 of a kind, which is even better. So he manages to defend. Now he can attack. Now Patrick starts with a pistol, I've decided, and Millicent starts with a knife there. He has ranged mechanical weapon skill of 4, and he gets an extra die for his pistol, and he needs to roll 3 of a kind. Oops. And he does. 4 of a kind, actually. So he defeats that zombie, and he gets 7 victory points, I think. 7 victory points, okay. And you can spend victory points on things. Right, we've defeated that zombie, that's good. So I can get rid of that. Now, Millicent is going to not move. She's going to heal herself or try to. Her medical skill is 2. So let's see what she gets. She gets 1, so she can. 6 high is 1, so she heals back up to her 4 health points. I can get rid of that damage token. Now, right, okay, let's see what else we can do with Patrick. Okay, Patrick is going to roll his movement dice, even though he's not going to move. He rolls a 6, he gets a bonus thing. Take 1 random ally from another player. Okay, that doesn't apply again. Now he's going to do a perception check, which means for each target number he can flip up one of these tokens. So his intelligence is 2, so let's not hold out much hope. He gets a pair, he can flip 2. So he will flip these 2 so we know what they are. It makes it easier to find things. Because if you just go to a token and uncover it, you have to roll to try and find it, whatever the item is, if it's an item. Whereas if you already know where they are when you do a perception check or something like that, then you don't have to roll to find the item. So now he has done his action. Millicent is fully healed and she's ready to roll. And that doesn't cause any difference to her movement being 4. Where is the door? 1, 2, 3, 4. She's going to pick up this item before we talk to that person there. And she can pick it up because it's already face up. So she gets the first aid kit, which is very handy. Now Patrick is going to roll his movement, and that's fine. He'll move here. He'll have to roll a 3 straight in order to persuade this ally to help. And his persuasion is 3. So I don't want him to do that until Millicent is there to help. So Millicent will roll her movement. That's fine, doesn't make any difference. So she will come here, and Millicent's persuasion is 4, and Patrick is assisting, so she can re-roll 3 of her dice if necessary. And we're looking for 3 straight or above. Okay, she'll re-roll 2 of them. Thanks to Patrick's help. We fail. She gets a failure token. And when she gets 3, she loses all her items and allies. So I'm going to have to shuffle these and redistribute them throughout the building. I'm going to put them here and here. So that's not so good. So now it's Patrick's go. He will roll his 2 movement. That's a 1. He has to roll on the oh dear table. Next door roll automatically fails. Okay. That's not great. So he can move. Or he's going to do a perception check again. He doesn't roll anything. That is a complete fail. And having just checked, failure discs are earned when a player causes suspicion in the city, fails a security skill check, kicks in a door, or fails to persuade an ally. So when Millicent failed to persuade an ally, she got a failure token. But Patrick failing a perception check doesn't get him a failure token. Okay, Millicent's going to act again. She rolls her movement dice. She gets a pair. So she gets +2 movement if she wants, but she doesn't really need it right now. She is going to do a perception check to find out where things are. Her intelligence is 3. I think she can... Perception. Okay. I think she gets a 4 because it's just... I guess it's not really a search. Okay, I'll just roll 3. She gets a pair. She can uncover both of these. She knows where the scroll is and she knows where the ally is. So, Patrick rolls his movement. Wow. He gets a pair and can roll on the... take another turn after this one. So he gets 2 turns in a row. And he can move wherever he likes. He'll go here, and as that is face up, he will take it. And he will go on his next bonus turn. He doesn't roll anything unpleasant, he just rolls a 6 high, gets him +1 movement, but he will go here and try to assist when Millicent goes to persuade. Millicent goes, she comes here, and she will try and persuade. 3 straight, she's got to roll. Oh gosh. Has she got any victory points? She has. She's going to use some. She can spend 1 victory point to re-roll a die, up to a maximum of 3 per turn. So I'm going to try and... If I get 3 of a kind, it's worth more than 3 straight. So she will roll... Spend 1 victory point. That'll do. So she's down to 2 victory points, but she manages to persuade our ally to join us. And the ally tells us that the amulet, which Houdini lost or had stolen, is at the church, and a cultist stole it and tried to use it to resurrect the dead. That's why there was a zombie there. And unfortunately, he has since turned into a zombie himself because he was corrupted by the amulet, which is why they need the scroll to be able to deal with it. So now they're going to set off to the church and try and sort this mess all out. So now it's Patrick's turn. He rolls his movement die. He gets a 6 high, +1 to his movement, and he rolls on the woohoo table, scoring a 8. Movement is doubled for this turn. Well, that's good. 4, 5, well, 10. 10 movement total because of his bonus, I guess. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, we're going to try the back door. And he can't do perception, can he? Once per building, when you are in that building, no, he can't. Not until he's in the church can he do perception. I guess it would be unrealistic. Millicent is going to go. She rolls her 3. She gets no bonus and she has to roll on the oh dear table. Can't move from current tile for remainder of turn. Okay, well, she will just move to the edge then. Right. It's Patrick's go. Okay, that doesn't affect anything, so he's just going to go here. And for his action, he will roll his lockpick skill. That's 3 straight. So he unlocks the door and goes inside. Alright, now Millicent can roll again. That doesn't affect anything, so that's okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. And Patrick rolls his movement dice. He gets a 6 for his fate die. That's sort of a 5. Next door roll automatically succeeds. Actually, he had that bane where his next door roll was going to fail. But now we've got the flip side of that, so he automatically succeeds. So we'll say that's evened itself out, really, because I'd forgotten about that. Now Millicent is going to go. She gets a 6, which is great. +1 to her movement, and she rolls on the woohoo table. Take 1 random ally from another player. Patrick hasn't got any allies, so she will go 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 with her +1 to her move this turn. She is going to do an intelligence check, perception check. 1, 2, 3. That is 3 straight. That is worth 3 points. She will reveal 3 tokens. Oh gosh. We're surrounded by enemies, so I'm guessing that's the priest. So that's her action. Now it's Patrick's turn, and I think we're going to have some fights in a bit. So this is the boss. He was the cultist who went wrong, and this is a zombie, and it's pretty obvious to see where he came from. And we have the amulet here. We've got the scroll, so the amulet doesn't have any terrible effects on us when we pick it up. We're going to start the fights. So Patrick rolls his dice. He rolls a pair, he gets +2 movement, but nothing else. He's going to attack this zombie. He can pull in Millicent to help because she's within 3 squares. Now the zombie's initiative is 1 pair. Patrick's initiative is 2. He needs to roll 2. He's got some victory points, so he can re-roll up to 3 times. And he will spend 1. He'll re-roll 1. He'll spend another up to 3. Okay, he'll spend the 3rd one. And he failed. Okay. So he is down to 4 victory points, which was a bit of a waste, and he failed the initiative. So the zombie's attack skill is 3 straight, and Patrick's defense is 4. Right. I'm going to use Millicent's reroll. Her defense is 4, so he can reroll up to 3 dice. I'll just reroll these 2. Oh! 3 of a kind. That's better. So he defends with Millicent's help, and now he can attack. His attack with his gun. I'm not using the advanced ranged combat rules, I'm just using the basic game rules. So he rolls a 4 with his ranged weapon, and he gets 2 dice for his gun, and he needs to roll 3 of a kind. 4. Okay, he's going to re-roll with Millicent's help these. And he gets 4 straight. So he manages to defeat that zombie, and he gets 3 victory points for that, and 4 victory points for that, 7 points. So 4, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 total, 11 victory points total. Okay, we defeated one enemy. That's good. And we've got one enemy left. Now, Millicent is going to roll her movement. She gets a pair, so you can go +2 if she wants. She's not going to attack the enemy yet. She's going to go here and pick up the amulet, because they have the scroll, so that's fine. They can do that. That's her action for this turn. Patrick rolls. He gets +2 to his movement. Makes no difference. That's fine. And he's going to take on this guy here. He's going to pull Millicent in to assist. Now, the initiative is 1 pair. His initiative is 2. I think we're going to leave that. We'll let it go. Let the zombie attack first. So it attacks with a 4 straight. His defense is 4. Oh, 3 of a kind. He's going to spend up to 3 victory points. Actually, he'll take Millicent's reroll for this, and he gets 4 of a kind. So he defends. That's great. So now it's Patrick's attack. He rolls 4, 5, 6 for his gun, and we need a 3 straight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 5 straight. That's fine. We defeat this enemy. Now his victory point value is, as I check the chart, 5, and 3 straight is 6, 7, 8. 8 total. So Patrick has 19 victory points. We've defeated the main cultist, and all that remains is for Millicent. She gets a pair extra movement. She's going to go and see the priest, and all they need to do is persuade him to help them with the scroll and the amulet. Basically, I didn't end up using the demon hunter because we were doing quite well with the combat as it went. Now Millicent rolls her persuasion, which is 4. She needs to get a pair, and she's got Patrick assisting, and she rolls 3 of a kind. So they manage to persuade the priest to help them use the scroll to neutralise the amulet, and they can return it to Harry Houdini. That was a very brief adventure, because the longer adventure I did was a terrible, terrible mess. It's quite a funny little system. This game system, and with its sort of board game mechanics and the counters, the random counters make it so you don't really know where anything is until you find it. and yeah, it's okay for a light little RPG. The poker dice system can sometimes take you out of the game a bit because it's quite unusual. I have to look on this chart, sorry that's glary, to find out what things are worth and things like that. The character generation is quite neat. You get 20 points to spread amongst your attributes and 10 points to spread amongst skills. So you can pretty much create exactly what character you want. So a very light little horror RPG. Thanks very much for watching.